second. I come in. All right. Right. Honorable.
How you do?
Let me bring back your other assistant, sir, because you're trying to deal with the team. But you got what Jamil is saying. You're winning.
Well, we are certainly, and we hope to win even bigger as a result of this process, you know.
Let me bring him back.
That's right.
Listen, man. I have never seen. Welcome back, boss.
Welcome. All right. Thank you.
Yes, guys. So even before we get into the interview, I want to make my one statement. I have never seen an IPO that is so hot that right now I think all the houses are contending to be a selling agent. First, I witnessed a program that Sagicor said, here, me alone. And all of a sudden, everything that take place, we say everybody now want to be a selling agent. Is what's the boss?
Well, I mean, you know, our brokers, Sagicor, they've really been a part of our journey since day one. 2015, they came on with a $20 million investment. They have been supporting us. They have invested, quite frankly, between them and PanJam over $200 million in a job over the past few years. And they have certainly thought it necessary, you know, to continue with us in our IPO journey. And certainly, you know, they saw the demand and so on and thought it was a good idea to obviously bring on the additional brokers. I mean, I saw one tweeted today saying, backed by popular demand. The truth is, Joe, we've built a great company. We've built a fantastic company, a company that is a true Jamaican company that has a global focus. It's no joke that we are earning 70% of our revenues from outside of Jamaica. It's no joke that we have a team of.
Hold on, Joe. You see before you go there, this is the company that's going to be the 100th to be listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange in the year that we are celebrating 60 years of spend. So we can't beat stats. And I know Neil is a stats man. So when it comes to statistics, maybe bring him in. But hold on. First, Ricardo, you don't introduce yourself to the Money Matters family or the people then, because remember, one person just said how much show, how much interview you are going to do upon the IPO. Well, Money Matters is very fortunate to have you back a second time. So thank you, sirs. So just a quick intro from you, and then we have to take some of it.
No, so I'm Ricardo. I'm the founder and CEO of the company, and you know, looking to entertain and to just give you some information on the company in this segment. Akeem.
Yeah, so guys, I'm Akeem Neil. I'm the commercial analyst for One on One. So I'll be here to basically bring it through the company and why we think that you should invest in One on One. All right?
But the question is, are you one? So you're going to try and tell them now why it is one. Because Sagicor already tell us why we need to buy. With JMB on board, I tell you why you need to buy, and we say all the figures. So just tell us now. Show the figures in short. Everybody needs to understand the sweet part. Where the sweet spot, the why you go and try to tell these people to be one. Because I am one, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad you're one, Joe, and I'm certainly one too. Akeem is one, and the big question we have is, will you be one too? Listen, Joe, let's put the facts on the table. We built a company from the ground up. I mean, in 2013, when we just started out, we had a dream. Our dream was really to create a company that connects people to knowledge online. And we were very deliberate about what we wanted to do. Being one means so many things. I see Ashley, who is a former student, tweeting that I am one. It means that students who are a part of this journey from day one. I mean, that's Ashley. You just saw her tweeting. I am one means I am a teacher who would have built content for one-on-one from day one. I am one means for students who were so successful at their exams from using the one-on-one online platform to prepare and getting their grade ones. Joe, make no mistake about it. We had a 97% pass rate for mathematics when the nation was having a 48% grade 1 rate. So I am one means that you're getting the best. In terms of the training side, on the business side, I am one means that your team members can receive personalized training online. It means that governments can build solutions on our architecture that we've built up over the years. And certainly, we've built a company that now has given people, or is giving people, the opportunity to join us. I mean, we've created tremendous value, Joe. I cannot tell you enough. It's fantastic. I mean, we have over 15 teachers as a result of this process who have built content for us and who are, becoming millionaires. I mean, these teachers would have created content online, and now we're going to go public and they're going to benefit. And so I am one means so much more than investing. It's a movement that we're starting. We're going to be a global company, Joe. We are rapidly expanding. We're growing at a rate of 120%. And, if I were to say there's one thing that I don't want to get lost in this, is our team. You see, Akeem, you're seeing here joining us. I mean, he's 2 years removed from university, and this young fellow coming out of the actuarial program joined us, and he was able to put together this offer. I mean, at such a young age to put together an IPO. And so I am one means so much more than what you're seeing. It is our team, it is our products, it's our reason for being, and we're going to become a global company. We're driving growth in so many ways.
Boy, Akeem, with those accolades, just walk me lightly. Walk like the grass button, right? To the numbers then, so we can understand, because in 20 minutes, we're going to have it all, that we will all be one.
All right,
that's what we're aiming for.
No problem.
Because the programs, I saw a follower say, how many programs has Mr. Allen been on already? But we're not going to tell them. We just keep it here, so, right?
All right. So before I even start, let us piggyback on what Ricardo said. Not only not only do we have employees in Jamaica, but throughout the entire world. We have employees in Pakistan, in Trinidad. So we are not only a global company in terms of our operations, but our people as well. Right? So let's start it off. So let's start from currently. Right? So as of the 30th of May, 2022, we have a revenue line of $194 million and a net profit of $40 million throughout the 3 previous quarters for this financial year. Our financial year is from August to September, right? So then for the remaining last quarter this year, we have 140 million projected in revenues, which would then be used to fund the business and end up with a net profit of 53 million. Right? So then when that is combined with the revenue already earned, we will end up at a revenue of 334 million.
And your 2021 was 268, something like that, right?
Yeah. And then we will end up at a net profit of 93 million. Let me repeat that, 93 million. This is the largest net profit the company would have received in its entire history.
Is it because the pandemic pushed us online, and is it going to stay there? Because it's one thing to go in, but can you stay? Can you stay the course? That's what the one-on-one people want to know. The pandemic pushed you, people gone online. Is it sustainable? That's what I want to know. That's all I want to know.
Joe, let me just tell you before Akeem comes in. 2 years before the pandemic, we earned a net profit of $12 million. So just to answer your question, one-on-one was profitable before the pandemic. And so I just want to put that out there. The pandemic, what it essentially did is to accelerate our 5-year plan. And what this means is effectively, we were prepared and we're growing our business, building out the foundation to achieve these numbers. But I can tell you the pandemic accelerated that. And not only that, the type of business that we're in, as Akeem would have mentioned, you know, the contracts that we have are long-term contracts, Joe. It's so important to understand that. So, pandemic going on. Pandemic going on.
You just got support.
We just got some support, right? This was the plan. We were 12 million in profit before, and we were in a growth trajectory. So, you know, the pandemic certainly, obviously, such a, you know, bad time in our history. We're talking about the worst pandemic in over 100 years. Before this is the 1919 Spanish flu. So by no means we're very happy about this pandemic. What we're saying, however, is that we're very pleased to know that our company was chosen by government, business, and the like to ensure that learning doesn't stop in the pandemic. And so everybody ran to us in the pandemic, and we continue to expand as we're doing now. You're seeing that we're at the back end of the pandemic, and our revenues continue to grow, Joe. And this is a testament to our business model, as Akeem would have mentioned, in that the type of business we're in, we're not necessarily selling from ground zero every year. We keep these contracts and we're adding to them every year. So this year, Akeem says we're going to make $240 million and $220 million in revenues, net profit of 93. I'm telling you, Joe, going into next year, we start September, we're going to be keeping that $320 million in revenue and adding to that. And so our business needs to continue to expand. And if you do the math and we continue at that rate, before you know it, we are $1 billion company. So, you know, it's a journey that we're on, and then we will truly be one. But, you know, I just wanted to add that context. Akeem?
Yeah. Well, hold on. Profit Jumpstarter was a previous co-host to the program. She said you are correct. She said online platform essentially is all the future. So, boss, sorry to ask the question if you can sustain your earnings. I am convinced that you can sustain your earnings. So, my apologies. I am one. I won't ask the question again.
No, man, you're good, man.
Hey, for all the persons joining for the first, please, we appreciate your comment. Please share this live, because of all the interviews that Ricardo will be doing on one-on-one, we kind of make it as simple as it can for you. And we want to, when you leave here tonight, you're going to be one. Get in early, get to your broker early, because it is the market that will be chasing 358 million. It's not one-on-one 358 million. Remember this. I tell you, the market is going to be chasing. The investors will be chasing the 358 million. It's not one-on-one chasing 358 million. I can tell you that. I am one. Yeah, Akeem.
All right. So now we agree on this financial year, right? So now to invest in a company, we want you guys to be long-term investors. So to get you guys to stay for long, we are going to give you the 3-year projections to how we plan to build on to the company. Just like Ricardo said, this year, we're going to build on for next year, and so on and so on. And before you know it, we're a $1 billion company. All right? So for the projections, we took a top-down approach where we first look at the economy on a whole, and then come into the microeconomic concepts of the operations, right? So the first thing we did, we looked at the FX rate and how it would change. That it would be the US dollar, Jamaican dollar FX rate. Like Ricardo said before, we earn 70% of our revenues in US dollars. Also, our expenses are also mostly incurred in Jamaican dollars. So therefore, we have a positive exposure to changes in the US dollars, right? So
that's a sweet spot. That's a sweet spot.
Very, very, very sweet spot. Very sweet spot. So we projected a change from 154 to 166 7 between this year to 2025, 2026. Right? So
okay. You mean a movement in the exchange rate?
Yes, like an appreciation of the US dollar compared to the Jamaican dollar.
Think about it. At the rate of you earning 70% of your earnings from the FX, if the rate moves down, it will not be significant to change the figures, honestly, because of your gains coming from the US dollar side. So whether it dropped to 140 or it moved to even 180, right in that basket, you're already protected as 70% of your earnings coming from foreign currency.
I agree.
So you won't be adversely affected, honestly. True.
Sure.
So you're an actual person, I'm a finance person, but I can tell you that will not shape me now from not being one, because 70%, the sweet spot, 70%. So you can continue. You have to pay attention to the viewers' comments, because your show. This is the only show you get to deal with the comments directly for yourself. That's what makes Money Matters different. It's your show. Look at the comments, deal with some of them. All right?
No problem. All right. And then the other metric that we focused on is the inflation rate. So if you guys looked in the prospectus, you'll see that we projected a 10% inflation rate from 2022 to 2026 financial year. This is we exceeded the inflation target of the BOJ, which is between 4% and 6%, because we wanted our projections to be as conservative as possible. Okay? So then now we move from the macroeconomics to the microeconomics, which is how one-on-one management decides how it runs one-on-one. So the first metric we looked at is salary growth. So if salary is usually the main expense of any company, especially one that has grown as much as we did. Ricardo can tell you, when I came to one-on-one, I think it was only about 15 persons here. Before me, it was single digits. Now we have 70 employees. That is at 10 times growth, right? So now we projected a 10% increase over this financial year, which would then go down to 5%. We decided to go down to 5% because at that point we would already have our core team, and then we just adding on to scale. Yeah? But
Akeem, you're already so you see your employment moved from the 10 or whatever, but you have also moved from 12 million in profit in 2015 to 12 times last year. So you don't have a problem.
Yeah. So what this shows is that one-on-one not only hires people, but we hire good people. We hire productive people.
That's what I was about. That's what I was about to say, that your productivity, one up.
And also a good thing about one-on-one as well is that the type of services that we offer is also scalable. So we can benefit from the same content we invested in several times over without additional investment.
Joe, important to what Akeem is saying too is that we have a fully remote team. One-on-one doesn't have an office. We're perhaps the first fully remote company that will list on the exchange. Everyone works distributed, and we're very deliberate with that, because if we're trying to grow a global company, Joe, what we're saying is that work will start when you open the computer and it probably ends when you close that computer. And so we are not bounded by an office, geographic location, anywhere. Work happens. So, we have built out a fully remote team. Many people ask us every day, how do you guys run a full remote team and you guys are so efficient? Let me tell you something, Joe. If you take any one of my team members and you place them back into an office, we probably don't know what to do with ourselves. Because we have almost mastered this distributed work environment where we care more about output of people and what they produce and not necessarily watching them and what they're doing. We figure that part out, and it kind of causes our team to be super productive at what they do. They have a very high intensity in terms of motivation and so on. So, I mean, you know, we've been able to grow a company by keeping costs low. We don't have a building, nor are we paying for a rent of any kind or anything. And as we grow, all we need is someone with access to internet and a computer and a device. Anywhere in the world we have them, we get them on and we get them going. So you realize now we have a flexible company, a scalable company, and one that is primed for global expansion, Akeem.
And also, we must also accept that the remote nature of the company does not take away from the culture of the company. So we link up, we would see each other face to face, and we know how everybody look, how everybody acts, and we one big family.
That's
great. I like that Akeem. One big family. I love it. One. I am so one.
From my family, I have a question here in the DM. It is saying that you're running on remote, but can I hear some of the shareholders and directors of the company, because I have not yet read the prospectus?
Well, you know, our company, and I'll take you back to day one. You know, our first investor was Danny Williams, founder of Life of Jamaica, Sagicor, as you know it now.
Yes.
Danny Williams, founder of Life of Jamaica. He's our first investor. And the last investor that we added was Douglas Arain, who was the chairman and CEO of Grace Kennedy for 20 years. These two gentlemen, when you add to that the years of experience, I mean, you probably have over 100 years of experience there, who would have built big companies and so on. I mean, outside of that, our two largest institutional investors are Sagicor Group Jamaica and PanJam Investment Company Limited. And those are the two largest institutional investors. Now we have also...
Hold on. If I wasn't one before, I am one now, for sure. And the value proposition is what the Money Matters and the person that are on this live. Share the live again, guys. Want to hear. I just need you to repeat just what you said about your two institutional investors, your first and last shareholder. That in any soup will give you the best mix. So go again.
No, you know, we started the business with an investment pool of $5 million. And amongst them, we had the Danny Williams, the Ian Forbes, the Michael Bernard, John Bailey, Cecil Boswell Foundation. And, you know, we expanded our shareholders base to include a Douglas Arain, who would have run a Grace Kennedy for 20 years. He invested quite early. Then we had Sagicor coming on. I mean, they have invested over $100 million in one-on-one, guys, over the past 7 years. And then we have PanJam, who they have invested quite a lot in the company as well. Here's the interesting thing. Our shareholders were very unique in that they weren't looking for income early or returns early. They understood that in order to build a beast or a war chest of a company that can take on a global demand for online learning, they needed to be patient. They needed to provide the capital required in order for us to build this business. Now, let me just give you some perspective on this, Joe, for your audience. Tesla was created in 2003. It did not make the first quarter profit until 2013. That's 10 years after they started. Now, how many companies will have shareholders willing to bankroll them to allow them to build out their company so that they become profitable? Now, here's this now. Tesla is now the world's largest car manufacturer after that early 10 years of not making a profit. And so one-on-one has really benefited from patient shareholders who have allowed us to build out our core technology or core content. We're talking about Sagicor investing $20 million in 2015, throwing in another $20 million in 2018, allowing us to build out our technology. That same technology, Joe, has now generated combined revenues in excess of $500 million for the business from simply launching the technology locally and internationally and earning a revenue. You see, the money we earn now at one-on-one is from technology that we've built out over the years, and we continue to earn from it. And I can tell you in another 2 years, we will continue to earn from it. So it's a wonderful business model, Joe. and we're looking to grow from strength to strength. We have some really good ideas going forward.
Hold on. You know, MoneyMatters operate different. And people have come here. We have to pay attention. So this is saying, so are you an educational institution or are you a technology company? I want to know that. I want to know that bad.
Well, let me tell you, Joe. Let me tell you. If you see us as only an education company and miss the opportunity, full on. The reality is that, Joe, we're a technology company that focuses on the education industry. We've built out a core technology, which you call a learning platform or a learning management platform that we license to governments and businesses for a fee. And this fee is we earn that on an annual basis, and we just continue to add new clients, and we're simply licensing our technology. We also create content for both businesses, governments, and the like, and we license content to people as well. So we have a marketplace, Joe, right now of 10,000 courses, 1,000 of which are certified courses that we simply license to businesses in Jamaica and the Caribbean for them to use it to train their staff. So One is at its core a technology company that focuses on education.
Okay, I'm going to take one last one from the BN. It is saying, then why you choose to go junior market instead of main market, based on the demand that we think the stock will have?
Well, not that we think it has. I mean, you saw today Mayberry being added to the lineup of Sagicor and JMB. There's certainly a lot of demand for the stock because, as Akeem would have mentioned, we've certainly built a fantastic company. We have very good steady hands at the wheel. You know, we have a good board, we have a good structure, we have a good management, and importantly, we have a good team. What I would say is that One, pretty much based on where we are now, we see this as the first step in that journey. Obviously, the junior market comes with some benefits, Joe. 5 years of a tax rate of 0 on your net income 9, and then obviously another 5 years of 50%. So there are a few strategic benefits to doing that, but certainly we want to expand beyond that. You saw the article on Sunday. There are no bounds to where One will go, regionally, internationally, and certainly we are looking to raise fund on the international fields as well to take us to that space.
Well, you don't tell the person what one of the sweet sauce of One is. So me I go tell them. Last year, the boss came to Money Matters and he had a product that was in the developing stage named something in a box. Classroom in a box. Boss man, that will be the product that's going to drive. It's going to reshape One. Is it available now?
Well, I'm looking for my copy. I think I'll probably move it. But, you know, unfortunately, I don't have it with me. I think I took it up to the mountains with me. I was learning remotely where there was no internet. I'll tell you something. The classroom in a box product is fantastic. What we figured out to do, Joe, well, I'm trying to find it, you know, I don't have one with me. I think I left it in the mountains. I don't have it with me. But I can tell you this, right? We have figured out how to offline e-learning. We've created a product that allows us to offline sections of the internet, put this in remote areas or areas that are underserved. Students can connect to it and continue to learn online. So, you know, it's quite remarkable what we've done. Here's the joke. Here's the thing, Joe. I was going to say here's the jokes that someone just says Ricardo got jokes. One earns from online education. There's no you know, mistake about that, right? Here's the thing though. 46% of the Jamaican population, which spans about 3 million people, do not have access to internet connectivity. And for the ones who do, especially in schools, the bandwidth or the, you know, the rate at which you can access material is very low. And therefore, this solution will be installed in every school in the entire Caribbean. Students will use it to connect to their favorite internet-based resources It can work without electricity for up to 8 hours. And certainly the internet, as you know it, can be offline for you to access your favorite YouTube videos, learning videos. Teachers can use it in the classroom and so on. And this is the innovation that we've created. It's quite fantastic, Joe.
All right. So we have it. We have it. I can say it. You have shareholders, institutional shareholders. You have directors of the. I won't even mention again. You have the one and what the what in a box, classroom in a box. 70% of the earnings is generated in foreign currency. Listen, I believe you should offer more of the company to the public. Me vex.
You know, Joe, you know, Akeem, I don't know how you feel about that, my brother, but, you know, I would say it was Akeem's decision. The reality, Joe, is that, you know, we're starting out, again, as a first step to enter the junior market. You know, the requirement is to offer 20% of the company. But here's what we've done.
My family there, shares to the public, to liquor. You see what I talk about? It's the money matters family, you know. They understand money and they want to be one. They want to be one.
You know what, Joe? Let me just say this, Joe. That's a very good point. Now, I would say teachers are a part of the public too. And what we've done is to make available 30% of our shareholding. The entire shares on offer, about 8%, 30 million shares available to teachers. So when you add that to the general pool, we have about 150 million shares available to the public and teachers. And we think teachers are a large part of the investing public that strategically we want on board. Let's make no mistake about it, Joe. Here's the facts. In 2013, we started with about 15 teachers, okay? And these teachers, we use them to create content for us. And I said to them one simple thing. I said, listen, I cannot pay you now, but I'm going to give you a stipend and I'm going to give you shares in our business. Those shares are now valued in excess of $1 million Jamaican dollars. This is the value of investing in an early stage startup. And so now I'm doing that same thing again. I'm saying to teachers that we've set aside 30 million shares reserved for teachers in Jamaica that you can invest in our company. And we're saying we're taking you along a journey. We're going to be expanding regionally. We're going to be expanding globally. And we're taking you along a journey to pretty much profit with us, earn with us. Not only will you earn a salary, you will earn a dividend and you will get capital appreciation. And certainly you will earn from your knowledge by using our platform to generate revenues for yourselves.
Well, my friend, all of what you said, that is why we are at the money tree. It's when we come and sit down under the money tree, it's money matters. Yeah. And you have given without a doubt all the reasons why you are backed by Sagicor. And as a matter of fact, I have a friend from Sagicor that is on your board, which is Mishka. And I'm telling you, your board boss is well balanced. That will let me be, I am one.
I love it. Love it.
I can't say anything more. Guys, we have come to the end. We are gone in time. I thank every single one of you for coming. Yeah, this is actually a 30 minutes program. That's how we do it. Ricardo, it's really your parting shot. I thank Akeem for joining in drop off. You know, technology, you don't have anything to do with that. That is flow or digital. You don't have any on a one-on-one issue that one drop off, right? And for all of the persons that have joined tonight, we do appreciate you staying with us. I have to say thanks to my producers, those who create the graphic, the flyers, those who choose the music for us. Because you have a team and I have one too. And I am telling you, we are one. You're part of it. I love it.
Joe, listen, let me just say this, right? We built a fantastic company. We could have only done it with a fantastic team, a solid product, and a solid vision. You see, I have a vision for Jamaica that far spans what we're doing for this business. And it is to really transform how education and training happens in our country. I believe that the backbone of anything that we do that is prosperous in any way will be through education and training. Make no mistake about it. Less than 20% of our workforce is trained beyond the secondary school level. Make no mistake about that. And we have a GDP right now in Jamaica of about 13.5 billion. Just imagine what we can do if we have a more productive workforce. I believe that one-on-one is solving a major problem, not only in Jamaica, but the Caribbean. And we believe that we have the tools, the creativity, and the human capital to create the solution that will solve that. One of the most exciting ideas that is driving our passion going forward is adaptive learning through artificial intelligence. Just imagine a world where we can have a device, just like we've done for UNA, reading the prospectus to you and so on. That's AI. And we're going to use artificial intelligence in learning to expand our reach. We're going to be an international company playing with the big boys. That's our dream. That's our vision. 7 years ago, when we shared that vision with persons, they may have doubted us. We're now here. And for this next journey, this is now day one. And we're inviting you to be a part of this journey with us and to join us in being one too. So we're excited, Joe. We're energized. We have a team of 70 young, energetic persons. Akeem, obviously, is on the team, but we have an expanding team. And we're ready to drive that expansion to the region and beyond.
Well, let me just ask you a question, though. Is it a full duty or it involves people from KC and other places? Is it a full JSP team?
You know, we have a very inclusive team. Akeem is a JC man. It was just coincidental. We have a few, you know, a few of us are from the college, you know. But you know, Joe, you know it goes, right? You sit down and you discuss ideas at lunch, and then you see that person come in front of you in an interview. You have a lean into it. But we have some folks from the KCs, the Calabar, and so on. Without prejudice. We invite everybody. Once you're talented and you have a passion for education, Joe, and you want to solve big problems, the one-on-one team is the one for you.
All right. I say a former co-host of Money Matters also say, Ricardo, you're a visionary. Boss man, you have proved that. And I remember when you came last year, July, and you said there is a prototype in the making, and I know it is one of the lead superstars for one-on-one. I am happy. So without a doubt, sir, you are one of Jamaica's youngest, brightest entrepreneurs, and you will be inspiring a lot of youngsters as to get your dream, believe in education, go run with it, and you can't go wrong. Akeem, your parting words.
My parting words is get in while it's hot, because one-on-one is not cool down.
It's already. So you mean get in before you get burned because it's hot already?
No man, get in while we just get hotter. And if you don't come now, you're gonna regret it. That's all. The one-on-one family always have space for more people, you know. But if you remember what Ricardo said before, the early investors benefit more than the late investors. So come in while we come in now, we grow.
You see the comment from Natural Beauty? You see the other question from J.N. Rose. Jervis, why the IPO price of $1? It sounds to me that this is a big discount. But, you know, the best comment this, me see. Boy, it's heavily discounted, boss. And no joke business this. From my little knowledge of finance, this should be about a $130 price. That's all I will say. I will say nothing more. I am not an advisor licensed by the FSC or the stock exchange. So I can't say anything.
What I would say, Joe, is that, you know, obviously for an IPO, you want to price the company at an attractive rate to invite investors to come in and get in early so that they can take up advantage of any movements in the stock. Certainly for us, Joe, you know, we have looked at our company, I can tell you, and I'll tell your viewers, probably this is the first time I'm saying this, you know. If we were to properly articulate and you were to sit down with us for an hour to understand our vision and how we're going to transform education through technology, these numbers will be joke to you. The fact is, management is squarely focused on achieving our short-term objectives, which is what you're seeing as Akeem has kind of articulated. We're going to be making $140 million in profits next year. That's the projected number. But I can tell you, we've been growing at a rate of